The boreal forest, or taiga, is located in an almost complete belt around North America and Eurasia. It is between 50 and 60 degrees north latitudes. 2/3 of the forest is in Siberia, with the rest in Scandinavia, Alaska, and Canada, and a little bit in the northern part of the 48 contiguous states. This vast forest includes 29% of all the world's forests. It is also the largest land biome in the world. As you can see, the boreal is a large area of the northern hemisphere. The taiga's climate is not particularly warm for most of the year. For 6 or 7 months of the year, the taiga is extra cold and is usually below freezing. These cold winds come from the Arctic. Because of Earth's tilt, the taiga is turned away from the sun in the winter, making it the longest of the 4 seasons. Extreme temperatures are from -70 degrees to 105 degrees Fahrenheit, but the regular temperatures in winter are -60 degrees to 30 degrees. Normal summer temperatures are around 19 degrees to 70 degrees. Summer is a rainy, hot, and short season in the taiga, with average July temperatures of 55 degrees to 64 degrees. You can expect 31 centimeters of rain each year. Fall is the shortest season for taiga. Spring brings flowers, the frozen ponds melt, and the animals come out from hibernation. In summer, you may have 24 hours of sunlight, but in winter, there's barely any daylight. Taiga is a harsh, barren biome because so much of the year is winter. Because of the harsh temperatures during the winter, some parts of the taiga have permafrost, a forever frozen layer of soil. Water from precipitation and melting snow in warmer seasons cannot seep through the permafrost, so the taiga ground remains soft and damp in many places. Some areas that don't have permafrost, like the Canadian Shield in North America, have a layer of rock close to the surface. Like permafrost, the layer of rock prevents water from sinking deep into the earth, leaving a layer of shallow, soggy soil in most of spring and summer. Coniferous trees are dominant plants in the taiga, so the soil is mainly composed of needles that take a long time to decompose. On account of this, soil forms very slowly in the taiga. The soil that does form has a very high acid content because the acid from needles is released into the soil as they decompose. This creates infertile soil and very few plants can grow. The taiga soil is actually quite amazing and unique. The ground is made up of different bog stages, including muskeg. Muskeg is ground covered in moss, grass, and even trees that look solid but actually remains a wet and jello-like consistency. An example of muskeg is found in Manitoba, Canada, in a place appropriately named the Drunken Forest. It was named this because when stepping on mats of moss, the trees begin to move. Trees in muskeg sometimes only have 2.5 centimeters deep roots. That's because the ground is so saturated with water that when it's disturbed, a ripple moves through the soil and the trees move. Muskegs need 2 conditions to develop: lots of rain and cool summers. A dead plant that falls on dry soil is attacked by bacteria and fungi, and it quickly rots. If that plant lands in water or on saturated soil, though, air can't get to it, so the bacteria and fungi don't form, which eventually leads to a muskeg. The cool temperatures slow down the decomposition process even more. The plant debris accumulates to form peat and eventually a muskeg. Muskegs are a unique feature of taiga soil. There are many types of trees in the boreal forest, though most are evergreen. In eastern Asia, larches and spruces create most of the taiga landscape. In western North America, jack pines and spruce are common, and in eastern North America, the balsam fir is the dominating tree. Other trees found in the taiga, including some deciduous, are a variety of willows, tamarack, poplars, aspen, birch, and alder. These trees are accompanied by moss, blueberries, cranberries, lichen, fungi, and other small bushes and plants on the forest floor. Many evergreens of this area have branches pointing more down than trees in other biomes. This helps their branches to be strong and not snap after heavy snowfalls weigh them down. The conifers in the boreal forest are ideally suited for the cold taiga temperatures. Some of the bird species that live in the boreal forest year-round are goshawks, grouse, ravens, kinglets, jays, woodpeckers, chickadees, and many types of owls. In spring, waterfowl such as ducks, geese, swans, loons, shorebirds, gulls, and herons live in the forest. In the warmer summer months, birds such as warblers and whooping cranes return to the forest from as far away as South America. In the winter months, the number of species of birds drops from 300 down to 20 or 30 types of birds. In the most northern regions where the climate is harshest, only 2 or 3 species remain throughout the winter. In spite of the harsh conditions that exist in the boreal forest, a great many species of birds manage to live there for much of the year. Many mammals have adapted to thrive in the boreal forest. Many prepare for winter by building dens, digging burrows, or creating tents under conifer branches. Crevices and holes in trees and logs also provide shelter. The deep snow makes great insulation. The temperature of the mammal's dwelling can be as much as 65 degrees warmer inside than the outside temperature. Some rodents, like mice and voles, huddle together in burrows to keep warm. An omnivore of the taiga are the black and grizzly bears. After eating 15,000 to 20,000 calories per day in the late summer and autumn, they hibernate for the winter. Their heart rate slows and their body temperatures drop until spring when they awaken. Another way that some mammals adapt to the boreal forest is through camouflage. For instance, the snowshoe hare's coat changes color to blend in with either the snow in the winter or the soil in the summer. Their winter coats also have white hairs with little air pockets inside that provide extra insulation against the cold. Large furry feet act as snowshoes to more easily run away from predators. They can run up to 27 miles per hour when trying to escape a predator. Unfortunately for snowshoe hares, its biggest predator, the lynx, a carnivore, has also adapted to the boreal with large furry snowshoe feet and loves to dine on the snowshoe hare for dinner. As an herbivore, the hare's favorite dinner is probably lodgepole pine, preferably the smallest twigs, creating a food chain. One example of a symbiotic relationship between plants in the boreal forest is when mycorrhizal fungi on the roots of trees and other plants increases absorption of soil nutrients and protects the roots from insect damage. This is an example of commensalism, where one organism is helped and the other is not helped or hurt. A parasitic example of a symbiotic relationship is when leeches feed on animals in the water. The leeches are helped and the animals are hurt. There are hundreds of symbiotic relationships between plants and/or animals in the boreal forest. Some of the endangered species of the boreal forest are the grizzly bear, Siberian tiger, pine marten, whooping crane, and peregrine falcon. Unfortunately, there are many more, and most of the problem has been caused by humans. In fact, since humans have arrived in the region, endangered species of the taiga have increased about threefold. Humans can have a big impact on whether these species survive or die off forever. Many endangered species are dying off as a result of human behavior. Deforestation of coniferous forests and pelt hunting are the biggest threats to the American pine marten. Pesticides such as DDT have been a major threat to the peregrine falcon. And worst of all, you may have heard about pandas becoming endangered because of the deforestation of rainforests, but the taiga is experiencing the same deforestation problem, killing animals native to this biome. We must take care of our Earth. Pollution traps large amounts of greenhouse gases in Earth's atmosphere. In fact, the climate is currently warming 10 times faster than at the end of the last ice age. Permafrost is disappearing. Right now, as you hear this, amazing animals are dying because of humans not caring for the natural landscape. We must make changes to reverse these negative trends. Hunting for pelts, pesticides such as DDT, and clear-cutting forests are some of the major reasons behind the animals of the boreal forest becoming endangered. Taiga, boreal forest, northern forest, snow forest, and coniferous forest are different names for this biome. The word boreal comes from Boreas, the Greek god of the north wind. This is because cool winds often blow through this biome. Taiga in Russian means moist, swampy forest. All of these names are used interchangeably to describe this biome. All of the descriptive words and names for this biome describe a cool, wet forest of the north.